Good evening and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Tonight we're going to be talking all about the benefits of entertainment to our well-being, because let's face it, life would be pretty boring without it, wouldn't it? I have a variety of guests with me tonight, including Leah Beardmore and Eloise Maslin, who are two young training actresses, rapper David K, otherwise known as Faith D, and singer-songwriter Chris who will be performing for us later on in the show. So if you want to get in touch at any point, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv, and you can also visit the website chrissybshow.tv. I'll get it right in a minute. So first, let's take a look at Leah in action from this clip. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
So, Leah, that was one of your clips. Was that a scary movie or something? Because it looked pretty like...
No, it's actually about these 4 kids and how they die and they end up in this limbo state. So it's just a bit abstract, really. It was done by a friend of mine who studies media.
So it looks really good, though.
It
looks like you're kind of intrigued.
Yeah, we all did that in a day, actually, and then so it was all like one take. So some of it, yeah, like it was the acting scenes were done in one take. So
okay, so you're both budding young actresses. How old are you both?
16.
16, right. So how did you actually develop an interest in acting?
Do you want to go on?
Well, it all kind of began like when I was younger. It was kind of, I enjoyed like kind of being like heard and seen almost, and I think it just kind of carried on from there, really.
Yeah, I think it starts off when you want to be the centre of attention when you're really small. And then for me, for example, I remember seeing an interview with a girl, I think she was the same age as me at the time. I think it was someone from Narnia. And I remember thinking, something just clicked. I remember thinking, if she can do it, then I should probably be able to do it. And then from then it almost became, not an obsession, but it was like I really wanted to do it. I really wanted that to be part of my life. I thought it was just something really fascinating, how they got to step into this other world. And
I love that.
act.
I love that.
Yeah.
I used to love watching
so
that.
I thought that was
something.
quite good.
Yeah, something you want to strive towards to kind of like perform in front of people and things. So.
Now, Eloise, you had a bit of a difficult past, didn't you, as well? Because you were telling me earlier you had a speech impediment. How did that affect you?
Because when I was younger, of course, I couldn't pronounce my words properly. It caused lots of people to, misinterpret what I said and everything, which caused, difficult communication between me and others. But of course, as the speech improved, it allowed me to kind of like perform in front of people and to talk to people and to kind of let people hear what I had to say.
Because it's quite a jump, isn't it, from sort of being maybe a bit unconfident, not sort of speaking well and everything, and then to all of a sudden being in front of people and talking, and that's quite a transition, isn't it?
It's definitely, because I think it's from one extreme to the other. So I started off and I couldn't speak or anything, or no one could really understand me. I couldn't portray what I wanted to say, to then performing and everyone watching me and watching what I'm doing. So there are quite a few benefits of acting. I was actually looking up online and I was quite surprised by some of them, but you can maybe tell me more about this and how it's affected your life as well, because obviously it's something that you both love to do, but there are a lot of benefits, and I think it'll be actually good for anyone to do, really, even if it's just as a hobby. So it's saying here, first of all, it improves your social skills. How true is that?
That's true, because you meet loads of people and you
meet
meet people who are like-minded. So, because I find that when it's within performing arts, people are a bit crazy, and so it might be a bit too much for normal people.
They're a bit crazy. What do you mean crazy?
Because you're so outgoing. You're in
such
place,
a large energy about it, and
so you just bounce off each other, and then you make new friends, and everyone just talks to everyone. So it's a good place. Like joining a local theatre group is a good place to make new friends, because everyone's quite accepting there. There's not the same prejudice maybe that you might, especially as when you're a teenager, you're quite self-conscious about whether people are going to accept you for who you are, etc. And within the theatre, they don't usually have those kind of barriers that you might find when you're
That's a big thing, isn't it?
Groups.
Sort of girls your age, especially females your age and like teenage years, there is a lot of pressure around, and you know, people do expect to be, you know, to behave in a certain way and be a certain person and look a certain way. So that I know a lot of young girls are depressed about things like that as well, aren't they?
You try to fit in, but I find personally, when you're in an acting group, the more different you are, the better. So you can be yourself. So if you are a bit different, then it's not really a problem. People probably like that more because it's more interesting.
That's good.
Stand out from the crowd.
How has it helped your confidence, Louise?
It's definitely helped in the fact that it's even simple things like going in a shop to ask for help or something. Some people might find that daunting, but it's just simple things like that. You have the, you know, the confidence to go over and just ask things, and it just helps in everyday life, really. So.
Okay, so let's go through a few more of the benefits. Now, I don't know how this one works out, but apparently it helps you develop good listening skills.
Yeah, that's true. When I heard that, I thought, I didn't actually think that until a few months ago.
More talking, wouldn't it?
It was more talking, just talk. But you wouldn't think, you'd think that within a script, you would have to talk, you say your line, I say my line, and it just works like that. But with, for example, techniques like Stanislavski, which is naturalistic acting, you have to really listen to what the other person's saying to get a good reaction, because if not, it just looks fake. So for it to look real, you have to really put yourself into the character and really actually listen to what the person's saying. So
maybe we should ask Dad if you're a better listener.
I'm not a good listener.
Dad, is she a better listener? So she starts sitting over there. So is she a better listener than what she used to know?
I talk. I just talk. Just let me talk and I will talk.
All right, let's do something else as well. Does it make you better at presentations and projects?
I would say definitely, yeah, because it helps your speech flow more fluently and things, and again, confidence, which is really important with everything. So you're able to kind of apply yourself to whatever people throw at you, and yeah, so.
Yeah, I suppose like improvising, if something unexpected happens when you're in front of people and you think, oh no, it hasn't gone as I've planned in my head. When actually you do always do improvisation, so it's just...
Where do you actually want to use your acting skills, both of you?
My goal is to, do you mean in terms of future career? I'd like to be eventually involved in British film and TV industry, but probably feature films would be where I'd see myself in terms of the ultimate.
Why that in particular?
It's just always caught my eye. I've always, when I thought of acting, I've always thought feature films, and you know, like I said before, from when I've grown up, the films I've watched, I've always been inspired by that.
What's your favourite film?
Oh gosh.
On the spot now.
Some of your favourite films?
It depends on the genre, but I do quite like Pirates of the Caribbean because I think Johnny Depp's a really good actor. So
you just want to act with him, don't you?
I just want to act by Johnny Depp.
Yeah. How about you, Louise? What do you want to get into?
Probably things like presenting. I always think that looks quite fun, and also things on theatre, on stage. I've been in some productions which, you know, I quite like being on stage. You know, the nerves, it gets you all going for it, really.
Okay. So I know there's probably some young budding actresses watching this as well, and they think, you know, this is going to be great. But would you say there are any sort of downfalls to it? Any pressures that maybe you can sort of warn our viewers about them before they even get into it?
I would have to say it's an expensive hobby. It can be very expensive, such as like drama schools and drama clubs and things. They do charge sometimes for money and things, but I think if you're really dedicated to the subject and you really, really enjoy it, there are ways around it, such as scholarships and bursaries, which are available to everyone. So if money is an issue with some people, there are ways of getting around that, but it can be quite an expensive process sometimes.
Yeah, I think if you want something bad enough, you'll find your way around that. Yeah, and there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about upcoming things that you're both going to be involved in? Can you tell us about that?
Well, I have a physical theatre production piece coming in we've got 2.5 weeks going, we're just through rehearsals at the moment. And next year, supposedly with the course I'm doing at Sussex Downs, Lewis College, we are performing the Brighton Pavilion, I think, Shakespeare, which I'm really looking forward to because I like Shakespeare, yes. Wow. And
That's posh.
Yeah, I like Shakespeare. It sounds posh.
It's enjoyable.
Both have an audition coming up as well.
Yeah, a National Youth Theatre audition, which we're both in London, which we're both going to.
So hopefully that means
Yeah,
we'll have stuff to do.
So about people watching now that say, look, I'd love to get into the acting scene, but I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'll be able to compete with other people. I don't feel great about myself. What would you say to them?
I think it's all about self-belief, really. I mean, everyone will probably watch this back today and I'll probably be like, oh gosh, look at me, oh, I won't like it. But it's all the way that you believe in yourself and what you think that you can do and what you aspire to be, really. So.
I think probably during a local theatre, because a local theatre, they tend to just take it quite light-hearted, and so that allows you to build up the confidence performing in front of people, and then eventually you'll start believing in yourself more.
You also learn so many new other skills as well, which will contribute to like becoming better actor or actress.
I wasn't very confident when I started.
Really?
No, I really didn't like it. I had really bad stage fright.
Because you don't come across as shy at all. Because I was talking to these ladies in the green room, and they're so chatty and like really bubbly and everything. So you didn't come across as shy at all.
No, but I come across that way, but I can be quite shy. And especially when I started, I remember the first role I had to do something that was a bit outgoing, it put me out my comfort zone, and the teacher, he did it on purpose, and I remember thinking, I really don't want to do this, but I do think you should join a local theatre group, because that will help you, stretch you a bit, and then eventually...
But that's the only way you're going to actually do anything, because if you stick to doing what you're comfortable with, and this is for anything in life, if you stick to what's comfortable, how are you ever going to develop? You're just going to be stuck in that little box that you've been in for ages and not progress to anything. So, but if you actually... I wouldn't say forced to come out. Sometimes you get forced to come out of your comfort zone, sometimes encouraged to. You should always grab that. Okay, sometimes it might not work out, you might look silly, but it doesn't matter. At least you tried, but you never know. What if it works out, as it has done with you two?
I don't think anyone starts off feeling like, I'm ready.
Everyone's done an embarrassing thing on stage. It happens.
So what people forget about it. Anyway, it's good outtakes at the end of the day.
It's true.
If they were recorded. So let me just read a couple more before we go to the break, a couple of other benefits. Apparently it helps your interviews. If you're going to go for job interviews.
I hope.
That's good, that's quite good. Everyone should do an acting course to get a job. Also, you make friends with others who share a common interest. It's a life skill that can be applied to any career choice, and obviously an opportunity to be in a stage production, which are your goals as well. So ladies, you're going to stay with us, because our second entertainer, rapper David K, aka Faith D, will be performing for us in the studio, so stay tuned.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Let's go! You gotta stop it, cause I rocked it. I used to be like you, but I dropped it. I got a new style, living, let me rock it. I don't go clubbing, but I'm bubbling, cause I got a new style when I call it stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it stop it. Dang, dang, diddy, dang, dang. When I was a young kid, boy, I used to steal. Thought I was a bim thing, I thought I was the deal. But now I'm all grown up, plus I'm a Christian. Live a different lifestyle, yeah, I'm on a mission. Now I look back and tell these kids, don't be stealing. Cause every time I did it, oh no, I was sinning. And if you don't believe me, see, 9-1 reading. So ever since I've been captured, I've been preaching. I used to be like you, but I dropped it. I got a new style when I rock it. I don't live by my ways, let me shout it. From the booth all the way to the chart list. I live a different lifestyle daily basis. Cause I'm saved by grace, understand this. That the Lord is my shepherd and my fortress. I got a new anthem and it goes, you gotta stop it. Cause I rocked it. I used to be like you, but I dropped it. I got a new style, baby, let me rock it. I don't go clubbing, but I'm bubbling. Cause I got a new style when I call it stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it stop it. Dang, dang, diddy, dang, dang. When I was a young kid, boy, I used to beat. Loving all the girls, yeah, now I love the king. I'm all filled up, yeah, with the Holy Spirit. I'm waiting to a marriage, cause I feel him. Now I stay back in my office reminiscing. I'm writing on my stories, down for share my experience. I'm proving to the world there's a way that I stopped it. Romans 2:15, please go and read it. I used to be like you, but I dropped it. I got a new style when I rock it. I don't live by my ways, let me shout it. From the booth all the way to the chart list. I live a different lifestyle daily basis. Cause I'm saved by grace, understand this. That the Lord is my shepherd and my fortress. I got a new anthem and it goes, you gotta stop it, cause I rocked it. I used to be like you, but I dropped it. I got a new style, living, let me rock it. I don't go clubbing, but I'm bubbling. Cause I got a new style when I call it. Stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it. Stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it. Stop it. Dang, dang, diddy, dang, dang. You gotta stop it. Cause I rocked it. I used to be like you, but I dropped it. I got a new style, living, let me rock it. I don't go clubbing, but I'm bubbling. Cause I got a new style when I call it. Stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it. Stop it. Cause I got a new style when I call it. Stop it. Dang, dang, diddy, dang, dang. Baby K, what's up?
So that was David performing Stop It. Great, great performance. So before we have a chat to him, let's take a look at this video as well.
I'm in Shoreditch with Kareem, who's going to talk to us about the street art scene in London.
I studied architecture, so my interest in street art is sort of to do with like site-specific painting. I think there's a lot of things you can say, you know, by painting something that can't be said, you know, with words.
Now when the folk gets started in the streets, eat up. Call my mans and them cause the beef we eat up. All I'm saying is when the folk gets the fan, you won't stand a chance once it gets out of hand. Let's go, 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 let's go. Meet me in the middle of the street, let's go, let's go.
What would you say is your favourite piece of this particular tour?
This has to be my favorite, just in terms of technique and real kind of unique, you know, use of spray paint, and yeah, it's just excellent.
You wanna see one barrel, East Coast spit. You won't stand a chance if you ain't protected. When the funk hits the fan, we ain't nothing to mess with.
This is a collaboration between two graffiti writers. One London writer called Insa, who's really well known, you know, in the London scene for painting loads of three-dimensional style pieces. I know there's a lot of really good tours in like Berlin. Like, you know, Berlin's got quite a lax attitude towards street art and, you know, graffiti. If you go there, you know, pretty much everywhere is just plastered in, you know, paste ups and sort of, you know, tags.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Meet me in the middle of the street, let's go, let's go.
So you've got that piece right at the top up there. That is by a very famous American street artist called Shepard Fairey, also known as Obey. He's got a huge brand called Obey, which is like, you know, really famous now, making loads of money.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Meet me in the middle of the street, let's go, let's go.
So thanks, Kareem, for talking to us today. I think you really educated me on street art.
No problem. I'm really glad you enjoyed it.
I'm in Camden Town with Beat Fox, who is a beatboxer. Now, why did you decide to call yourself Beat Fox?
Well, basically, it's pretty simple. My name's James Fox, and I beatbox, so Beat Fox just kind of seemed appropriate.
Okay, and why did you? What made you want to be a beatboxer? Did you see somebody doing it and then decide that you wanted to do it, or what initiated this like little career?
I was a very annoying child when I was little. I used to make a load of random noises. It was never anything in time or anything like that, but then I saw like Brazil, Killer Killer, watched Police Academy, and that sort of all just sparked ideas off in my head. And then when I kind of got 4/4 bars and music, that's when I started progressing and actually beatboxing. So.
A particular type of music that you find like that you like to beatbox to, or any styles that you like more than any other?
I don't know, I love freestyling, and I just do whatever comes on my head. When I'm busking, I just read off the crowd. If they like a certain beat or a sound, I just repeat that, and vibes off them really. But my safety beat is probably dubstep because it's a slow tempo and you can just think while you're doing it.
And where can people find out about like what's going on with you, like gigs you've got coming up or what's happening?
You can get me on beatfox.co.uk or facebook.com/beatfoxuk, and on Twitter I'm at beatfoxuk.
Thank you, Barbara. Some more talent there, but now I'd like to introduce David. Hi, David.
Hello.
That was a brilliant performance just then.
Yes.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Really good. So how did you get into all of this stuff?
Well, I started at the age of 13 years old. And
13? That's quite young.
Yeah. I was at our secondary school, so all my friends in the playground will be rapping and MCing, freestyling, and we'll listen to artists like Wiley, Lethal Bizzle, and that's how I got into it, listening to those kind of artists. And then from there, it's just progressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you don't look like the typical sort of rapper with all the bling and stuff. What's different about you?
I don't really need that, to be honest. Well, number one, because I'm a Christian, so I don't really need those kind of things. But yeah, I don't.
So would you say your lyrics and the words that you have in your rap, what would you call them? You don't call them lyrics, do you? Sorry, I'm so like, so what would you call them? Words, lyrics?
Lyrics, you know, lyrics, just,
they're quite positive, would you say?
Yeah, it's just like, just portraying the lifestyle that I actually live, you know. So whatever I write down is actually portraying my lifestyle and who I used to be before and who I am now, because I used to do so many things before.
Tell us about that.
I used to be involved in like street crime. I say, if you listen to my song Stop It Carefully, it talks about how when I was a young kid, boy, I used to steal. Yeah. So I used to steal when I was a young kid, used to do so many things, being rude to my parents. I was brought up in a Christian household, like any normal African kid, but I didn't take my Christian faith seriously until when at the age of 16 years old, I nearly got stabbed for my phone by street boys.
Well, that must be scary, gosh.
It was scary.
So you can cry on the show, don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah, it was really scary at the time, but then it was like a wake-up call, you know, because I was living a life that was full of pride and ego, because most of my friends and my cousins, they were involved in the street life crime sort of thing, and I thought that, okay, because I have these well-known street guys, you know, that will protect me, but that didn't protect me. So that was a wake-up call, you know, my life could have been taken in an instant. And
but when you're in that kind of scene, though, were you happy, or would you say you felt kind of low at that point? I wasn't really heavy into the street crime. I was just one of those boys who just follow the crowd. But I know within me, I felt uneasy because I wanted to fit in, and I thought by fitting in, I had to do what they had to do, but I didn't. Okay. Didn't work. So you managed to turn your life around, though? Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that was a wake-up call for you, obviously. I think it would be for anyone. So I'm glad you got that fine. Yeah. So how has the rapping helped you and maybe helped others as well? Yeah, obviously through my music, I'm able to share my story. And not only that, but let people know this is who I used to be before. So when I speak to young people, especially young kids today, they think that they're not able to come up that street life. They have this thing where that basically this lie saying that if you was to come out the street life, you will actually get killed, you know, but that's a lie, you know. There is hope and there is a way of coming out of that lifestyle. You don't have to be that kind of person, you know. And I just say, look, you know, I wasn't really doing well in school, but when I actually came out of that sort of lifestyle, I did well. I went to college and I'm at university right now. Oh, brilliant. What are you studying? Media technology. Okay. Yeah. That's really great. So you heard obviously the girls talking before about the confidence aspect of things and everything. So how does that relate also to what you do? You know what, because I have also speech impediment. So really? Yeah. So when I was young, I used to stutter a lot, but then I found out how to control that by speaking slow and just taking my time with my words, and that also boosted up my confidence as well. So it's quite brave that you're doing the rapping now, isn't it? Really, it's funny because when I rap, it doesn't come. Oh wow! I don't know why, it doesn't come. But when I'm not rapping, it starts to come as well. Yeah. So I have to like take my time when I'm talking and just like breathe. Maybe it's because you're concentrating on something else. Because I mean, the three of you, because you had an issue. What was your? I was dyslexia. I've got dyslexia. Okay. So
with the acting, it just gives you more confidence.
That's what I'm saying, because sometimes some of these things, sometimes a lot of young people, even older people, they think, I can't do this, I can't follow my dream because I've got a speech impediment, for example. I can't do this because I've got dyslexia. I can't do this. And all these reasons come up, but you can. We've got 3 young people here that are living their dream and have, you know, not let those things basically stop them from going for what they want. So there's no reason why you can't as well, because you can't look at them. They're all talented. They're doing stuff with their lives. And it doesn't matter, you know, you're all young, but it doesn't matter your age as well. If you have a dream and you want to follow it, go for it. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. Because I think once you're doing what you really want to do, you'll shine anyway. You'll get there, even though you might sort of have a few trip ups along the way, but you'll get there.
Yeah.
So back to the rapping. And so what are your plans? What's going on? What's been happening?
Well, last year was a really good year. I was on tour with a few well-known Christian artists who have gone to win Mobile Awards and nominations as well. And I was also at Breaking Up Festival last year on the same stage with Chipmunk, Lady Leisha, Skepta as well. And this year I'm hoping to do more festivals. And I got my new single coming out called Breakthrough.
What's that one about?
It's just really just that, because I've been doing music for 9 years in total, since I was 39 years now. But I've been doing it seriously since 2007. So people think success comes overnight. And it doesn't. You have to put the hard work in and keep on working really hard. So, but now I feel like it's my time to break through. So I feel like I'm ready to break through. So
and how do you feel, like all of you, when like people watch you performing and stuff? How does that make you feel?
It makes me like humbling. It makes me feel humble, because I have the opportunity. Because whoever I stand before, I'm teaching, I'm educating. So I have to use that platform wisely and not say anything wrong. So I feel like it's very humbling. It's a privilege to be able to share my story with young people, and So.
Yeah. How about you, girls? How do you feel?
For me, I feel because being dyslexic, I find that a lot of people misunderstand you, in the sense some people might think you're a bit thick or a bit dizzy, and I'm not very good at expressing myself really when I put things in words.
I think you're excellent at expressing yourself, actually. I was just thinking how articulate she was from the beginning. It's like...
Oh, thank you. But I feel when you're acting, you can express yourself. Obviously, you're given a script, but you can express yourself on a different level, for people to understand. And, you're sharing a bit of yourself with people, even if you don't know them. So that makes you feel, you're channeling your emotions into something positive, I think, which is a bit like you're saying with the young people. Like that's quite constructive, that they, instead of going to the streets, they're putting their efforts into something like productive, that's like the arts or rapping. So. Yeah.
How about you, Louise? How do you feel?
Well, carrying on from Leah, it's kind of you're putting your effort into something that everyone else is enjoying. So it's not only yourself that's enjoying the activity or whatever thing you're doing, it's also the other people. So yeah, it's a great feeling for yourself and also others.
It's a great for your confidence as well. So David, tell us about parents now, because I know sometimes, because we had an email once from someone that wanted to, I can't remember what they wanted to get into, but it was something, I think it might have been acting actually. And the parent wasn't very happy about it, because they were worried, they're going to stop studying and stuff like that. And I know I have African friends, so I know sometimes parents are very strict when it comes to education. Was that the case with you? How did they feel when you got into the rapping?
They were like, just focus on school. But they didn't understand the passion that I have a passion for music. So at first they were really they weren't really supportive at first, but after like a few years later, and they started to see the progress and the influence that I have on people, then they started to be more supportive. But they're still telling me, I want you to finish university. I'll be like, no, I've got a gig next
How
week.
long have you got left at uni?
This is my final year.
Oh, fine, okay, so you're almost done.
So
and then afterwards, you're going to do your own thing.
Anything I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your parents have been quite supportive?
Yeah, my parents have. I mean, when I first told them, I think initially when I was a bit younger, when I wanted to do acting, I think it was a bit like, well, yeah, she'll grow out a bit, just focus on school. And then I think my mum even said to me, I wasn't sure if you could do it. And then I think last year she saw me in a small production. She said, actually, no, I think you could actually do it now. Yeah, just make sure you study, but I have the faith in you now. So I think it's just...
I can understand parents though, because they're thinking, oh my gosh, because they obviously want the best for you. And sometimes things like this are just kind of whims, and people, it's not really a dream that they have, it's just something maybe they've seen their friends do and they just want to get into it. So obviously parents are sometimes like, no, I'd rather you did your studies. But then parents as well, they have to look out for their kids, and maybe, like you said, go to a performance, go listen to your son rapping, or go and see what they're actually like, because maybe you haven't seen actually how talented they are. And sometimes a lot of conflict comes in households because maybe the child wants to do one thing and the parent thinks, no, this is best for you. I used to have that all the time because my dad was very strict and wanted us to do study certain things, and we used to clash sometimes. But I think it's important for parents to actually listen to their kids' dreams and sit down with them and support them. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but at least you've had that support rather than kind of like dividing the family and then one does their own thing and they're not talking, because I've seen that happen as well. So I think it's really important for parents to get involved. Are you happy, David, doing what you do?
I'm very happy. It's what I want to do.
What's your dream? What do you want to do?
When I finish uni, my dream in a few years' time is to hopefully go into music full time. You know, touring, just being an influence with young people around the world, have my own business company, and I have my own label and stuff, so I have a big vision.
You've got big plans?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's great. So you're all going to stay with us until after the break because we've got a couple more performances and we're also going to be discussing a few more things. So join us after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back, where we're speaking all about how entertainment benefits a person, but not only the people actually listening to it and benefiting from it, but also even the people that are actually performing. We're seeing how it's really benefiting them as well. But before we chat further, let's take a look at this open mic night.
Here we are at Corks and Forks in Highgate, about to go inside to the regular open mic night and see what talented singer and songwriters they have in store for us tonight. Let's go inside and have a little listen.
I first started writing when I was about 14 on a guitar that had 3 strings on it, but I just wanted to create something new.
And what was it? Was it somebody in particular that inspired you to start writing?
Yeah, definitely. Buddy Holly and Sid Barrett, and I wanted to fuse the two, and I think I've achieved it. I just need the rest of the world to catch on with that, you know what I mean?
Rain been falling down a long time. Spin on my face when I'm falling on hard time.
So what do you think came first for you? Did you want to be a singer, or was it more that you really enjoyed writing and creating music?
I think it's just sort of a natural progression, and it's kind of symbiotic. It's like both things at the same time. I think, yeah, you want to perform, and but you also, what you perform, you don't just want to perform anything. You want to perform something that you created yourself, I think, you know what I mean?
When I left you by the road there, your face was icy cold there, never facing home.
Tonight I'm going to probably play a song called The Furnace, which I have a second guitarist backing me up on that, and it's quite an old song, and it's about being really annoyed.
Please put your hands together for Martin Broad.
So Martin, you're a singer and a songwriter. When did you first start performing or writing?
Well, I've been writing since, I guess, my late teens, but I've been performing my own stuff around for sort of the past 4 or 5 years, I guess, around London. Started off on open mic circuits, 2 songs here and there, and then just sort of built it up to bigger venues and that sort of thing.
So hold my hand, please. So hold my hand, please.
It's always a great sort of thing to come to see other new musicians and sort of keep your finger on the pulse of what's actually going on the circuit, you know what I mean?
The mirror shows a face that I don't understand.
I've always had favourite musicians. When I was really young, it was sort of blues guitarists like B.B. King, Eric Clapton, that kind of thing. But then to actually sort of get into singing and writing songs from my point of view, it was people like Jeff Buckley was a big one, and Chris Cornell as well. I think one of the reasons it's influential for people is as a sort of note of familiarity, if you know what I mean. Like if you're listening to a song and you hear a phrase or just a simple lyric that kind of resonates with you, you know exactly what that guy's talking about.
And make sure you stay with us because Craig Brawns is going to be performing for us as well. So there are some benefits to music actually. Can you guys guess of any benefits for music, listening to music? Off the top of your head?
Memory.
Memory. Let me see if that's on my list. Hold on a minute. Well, let's start off with pregnant women first of all, because apparently studies show that when pregnant women have time listening to music, they are helping their baby's brain development.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you know that? No. Apparently, experts say that when babies grow up, they are the smarter than the others. But also, music obviously helps de-stress mums as well. Yeah. Let's see what else. Research has proven that music helps the development of speech and memory.
Ooh. There we go.
You mentioned that, didn't you? Well done.
Yes.
Now, this one, music can also teach young children to be disciplined. Now, it doesn't say why, but I imagine because they have to go and practice and they have to obviously get up and go to places, and maybe you'd know more about that.
Yeah, maybe on the more like going out to perform and attend interviews and stuff. Maybe in that sense, yeah.
Or maybe with the classical instruments, because you have to study for grades, don't you, in exams.
There's a lot of study in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's also saying here it's much better for kids to get into music than computer games. Because obviously you don't develop sitting in front of a TV screen the whole time and stuff.
Imagine.
So yeah, so it's much better. So if your child's into music, great. It's much better than being stuck on a computer. Games, that is, unless they're working. Okay. And also it's saying here, music can assist people to recover from their chronic pain and emotional distress. By listening to music, they are relaxed and maintain adequate sleep.
That's true.
Is it true?
Yeah. There's times when I felt so angry. And I just listen to music and it just calms me down.
Well, it depends on what kind of music you're listening to. If you listen to some really some music is awful and it just fires people up, so go and do some crazy things. So as long as it's like positive lyrics, right? Yeah. Okay, and finally as well, music has also the ability to get the family together and turn occasions into fun as well. So obviously, like you play some music at home and you're all in together and stuff. I suppose you start dancing. I don't know. But apparently, it brings people together as well. So. Okay, so obviously it's benefited you in great ways, but just something that I'd like to throw out there as well. I think entertainment is great if it's to bring fun into your life and make it more interesting, and if you want to de-stress. But if you're using it to escape from problems and not actually face them, then I think it's a bad move, because you're going to forget the problems for a while, and then when you're at home by yourself, it's going to all hit you that you still have problems. So for example, in my case, I suffered from depression and panic attacks and all sorts of problems, and I remember going clubbing all the time, and it would kind of make me forget for a while, and I would be fine while I was in the club dancing and listening to the music, but as soon as I got home, it was like all the problems would be on top of me again. So, and also as well, I used to have earphones stuck to my ears the whole time, all the time, because I didn't want to face life, basically, what I was going through. So I had those headphones on, always listening to music. You know, if I didn't have them, I would be like, I'd start to getting panicky and stuff. So I was like depending on those things, depending on the club scene, depending on the listening to music. And I never faced the problems. But one day I thought, you know what, I need to sort myself out. And so if you are going through any kind of situation like this, don't depend on music, don't depend on entertainment or anything else to make the time go. You need to get help. You need to, sort your life out. Stop what you're doing and just look for the help. And if you need my advice on anything at all, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv. Sort your life out, and then you can use the entertainment and stuff for your benefit after that, and you actually enjoy it, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you know as well, because you went through problems as well. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. All the best with all your endeavours.
Thank you.
I'm sure we're going to be hearing from all of you.
I also want to say thank you to Explosive Unsigned for having me here to perform as an opportunity. You can follow them at explosiveunsigned.co.uk.
Okay, any shout out, girls, to anyone?
I don't have that many friends, to be honest.
Come on.
Say
What
thanks.
pays your friends?
Thanks to my mum and dad for paying for us to come down from Eastbourne. That's emotional. Just hi everyone, really.
Hi everyone at home, mum, dad, everyone. Hi.
All right, hi everyone as well. To all they know. Okay, but before we finish, guys, we've also got a lovely performance by Craig Braun. So we'll see you again next time on the Chrissy B Show. And if you want more information, you can visit this website, chrissybshow.tv. Bye bye for now.
Somebody leaving me up on the shelf. So this little light of mine, I've got to let it shine, let it fall on somebody else, somebody that needs someone else. Didn't take too long for me. When time the greatest healer of all, allowed to take its toll, cleaning out your heart and your soul. Didn't take too long at all. So our places you know. Where do you wanna go? You have them places you know. You where do you wanna go? Now where do you wanna go? When you're feeling low. Now where do you wanna go? When you're feeling low. Right place at the right time. You're gonna save my mind, leaving all the sadness behind. Didn't take too long to find.